Welcome to the IG3 Maths Demonstration. IG3 Maths is one of the many programs that is located within the My IG3 portal. IG3 Maths is a unique, integrated, multi-dimensional teaching assistant that will improve students' performance. IG3 Maths is unique because it's the only product in the world that designs an individual grade recovery or intervention program based on what the student doesn't know. As an example, if a grade 5 student has not fully understood some grade 4 or grade 3 materials, IG3 Maths will include such materials in the student's individualised program. It effectively takes the student back to teach those concepts, then brings the student forward again. No other intervention program can do this. As an example, they can only produce more grade 5 materials. Students are not taken back to understand the earlier concepts, and hence a gap will remain in their learning. IG3 Maths is an online program giving both students and teachers full access from school and home. Let's have a look at the program dashboard. Firstly, you'll see any open activities that are available for your students. These are live status reports and can highlight at a quick glance the concept that each student is currently working on, as well as the amount of time in minutes that they've been spent working on that particular concept. Within the reporting section, all students' work can be accessed. We'll come back to this at a later stage and look at the reporting in more detail. The IG3 Maths section is where we can set up assessments, view learning plans, show practice exercises and instructional slides. Firstly, let's run an assessment. To determine our child's level of understanding, we first must set up and have them run through an assessment or an automated intervention. From this, My IG3 Maths will develop an individualised learning program based on the student's current needs. When naming our assessment, it's important to make the title relevant to the work that the students are doing. This is what they'll see when they log into their program. Under grade level, this is the student's current grade. Our pass rate, this is the level that you want your students to pass at. This is in line with the number of questions being assessed. For example, 3 questions with a 60% pass rate, students are required to answer 2 out of 3 questions correctly. And the number of questions is the amount of questions per concept you wish to test your students on. From here, our next step is to add content to our assessment. When adding content to your student's assessment, this can be done by either using the preset assessment, which is relevant to your student's grade, or we can personalise an assessment for our students. You'll notice the letters and numbers next to the concepts. These are the particular years that these concepts are taught in. It's very important to know exactly the areas that a student is struggling in or has missed these concepts so that we can individualise a program for them. Let's make our assessment up on vertical addition. On the next page, this is where we'll add our students. Under the drop down for class, this is where we choose the particular teacher's classroom. To assign the assessment for all our students, we can click on the box next to the student ID, or we can individually select students as well. Clicking on Next will give us an overview so we can confirm the assessment. Once we click on Create, this assessment will be created and available for our students. Let's now log into the student's account to look at their interface. Once the students log into their My IG3 account, they can click on IG3 Maths, which will take them through to the student dashboard. From here, they'll have access to the assessments and learning plans that they're currently working on. As you will see here, the addition vertical assessment is set up for our students. Once the students click on their assessment, it will automatically open so that they can begin. Throughout the assessment, all instructions are written across the top, and these are also spoken to the students. The program is now working with our students to determine their current level of learning, by taking them backwards until they reach the grade level that they are competent. Within the My IG3 Maths program, all questions are randomised to guarantee that two students sitting next to each other will not receive the same questions. The program contains no multiple choice or true and false questions, as these encourage students guessing. As the students are working through the program, My IG3 Maths is designing an individualised learning program for them in the background, so as soon as they've finished their assessment, the tutorial will be available for them to start. You'll notice that the questions have come down to the students counting dominoes. Once our students have answered these questions correctly, it's time for them to begin their learning plan. You'll notice that the tutorial is starting at the same level that the students completed. Students also have access to the Explain It button, Show Example, and Submit Answer. Explain It will open a help file to help teach the students at the level that is relevant to them. Students can keep continuing to click through the help files or complete close when they're finished. This will take them back to the questions. For Show Example, this shows the students the correct answers to the questions. You'll notice that when the students get their questions correct, the number is tallied down the bottom. You'll notice if the students get their answers incorrectly, the program will highlight their errors for them. The program won't let the students progress to the next level until they show that they are competent with the current level that they are working on. Once the students have shown that they're competent in that level, the program will then advance them to the next level. Let's return to the teacher page and have a look at reporting. Within the reporting section, all the students' work can be accessed. We can access whole class reports or individualised student reports. Underneath the Overview tab, this shows the level of competency of our students. This particular student is working one grade level behind. Our overview graphs can show the students' completed work from their assessment to the improvement in their post-assessment. Teachers can also access a summary report, a progress report, and then a detailed report on each of their students or classrooms. This detailed report shows elements that students have mastered or not yet mastered. Now moving on to our practice exercises. You'll see that the practice exercises are the same as the help file located in the individual assessments. This gives consistency with students working. The instruction files can be used by the teacher in the classroom on individual computers or on panels or whiteboards. You'll notice that these files are once again the same as the students had within their tutorials. While working through this file, the students are asked to find the lowest common multiple. If this is a concept that is not familiar to the students, they can click on the blue hyperlink, which will then take them through to the instruction slides on lowest common multiples. Thank you for viewing the IG3 Maths demonstration. If we can be of any further assistance, please contact us on email info@ig3education.com.au or telephone 1800 334 633.